Hello guys and welcome back to another prediction. This time I will talk about the possible box office performance of Annabelle Creation. As already mentioned in the last two predictions, you can now support me with donations over PayPal and Patreon. The links to that are in the description box below. Now let's start with a point which works in favor for a good box office performance of the movie. The first point I want to name is the huge success of the first installment from 2014. Annabelle premiered on October 3rd, 3 years ago, to very bad reviews and to very poor word of mouth. Nonetheless, Annabelle managed to perform astonishing at the box office, grossing over $250 million worldwide by sitting on production costs of only $6.5 million. Overall, Annabelle managed to gross its production budget back 39.5 times, making it a huge success for the director John R. Leonetti and the production companies New Line Cinema, Atomic Monster Productions, The Saffron Company and Red Pack Entertainment. To be the sequel to such a great box office performer is a very good pro point for Annabelle Creation. The next thing that I want to name is the goodwill which is carried over from The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. In 2014 and 16, James Wan delivered two of the best horror movies from this decade so far with the two Conjuring installments. Both grossed something around $320 million worldwide and received very good reviews for horror movies. Both landed in the 80% area on Rotten Tomatoes. Of course, you guys are probably aware of the fact that the Annabelle movie series is a spin-off series from The Conjuring, since Annabelle had her first appearance in the first Conjuring from 2013. People will put Annabelle Creation in the same category with The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, so this will help the movie's box office performance also pretty much. The next thing that I want to name is the probably very low production budget of Annabelle Creation. While the budget is not known yet, it's pretty realistic to assume that Annabelle Creation was produced on a very low budget, something between $10 to $25 million. Of course, the marketing costs for horror movies surpass the production budget most of the time, but it shouldn't be a problem for Annabelle Creation to break even with the overall costs, making the break-even point pretty realistic to reach. The next thing that I want to name is the competition Annabelle Creation has to face. Horror movies are almost every time very front-loaded, so it's not important how big the competition is after 2 or 3 weeks. Annabelle has 2 weeks to play for itself until Polaroid drops, but to be honest, this movie will not hurt Annabelle Creation's performance. 4 weeks after Annabelle Creation's premiere, the horror giant It will hit cinemas, and Annabelle will probably suffer a huge drop because of that movie. But, like I said, when this happens, it's already not important anymore for Annabelle Creation. Now, let's continue with the things which does not work in favor for a good box office performance of Annabelle Creation. The only thing that I can think of right now are the very poor reviews and audience reactions the first installment Annabelle received 3 years ago. Annabelle managed to make so much money with poor reviews because of the extreme goodwill which was carried over from The Conjuring. Maybe people will see Annabelle Creation now more as a sequel to Annabelle and not so much as a sequel or prequel to The Conjuring. When this happens, the box office power of Annabelle Creation will suffer a lot, but I think that in the end, the movie will still manage to earn a lot of money. Alright guys, I will now fade in all aspects that I just counted for a good or bad box office performance of the movie, and I will now start with the pessimistic prediction on Annabelle Creation. When Annabelle Creation earns comparable reactions, something like a 25% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and when on top of that, most audiences are getting tired of the franchise, I think Annabelle Creation will drop around 40% from the worldwide gross of its first installment. In this scenario, Annabelle Creation will open with $25 million and after a multiplier of 2.5 will finish its domestic performance with a total of $62.5 million. From overseas territories, Annabelle Creation will collect a total of $100 million for a combined worldwide cum of $162.5 million. With this amount of money earned, Annabelle Creation will become the lowest grossing movie out of the Conjuring franchise. This amount of money will still be far enough for the movie to break even with its overall costs and earn some money back for the production companies involved. Now let's continue with the realistic prediction on Annabelle Creation. When Annabelle Creation exceeds the quality of Annabelle from 2014 and comes closer to the reviews of The Conjuring 2, then I can see the movie to come close to the performance of Annabelle from 2014. In this scenario, Annabelle Creation will open with $32 million and after a multiplier of 2.8 will finish its domestic performance with a total of $89.6 million, surpassing the domestic gross of Annabelle by $5 million. From overseas territories, the movie will collect a total of $160 million. Combined, this will put the movie at $249.6 million. The question is, how much money can Annabelle Creation gross when everything falls into perfect place? When the movie surpasses the quality of all the Conjuring franchise movies so far, Annabelle Creation will probably surpass them all when it comes to the worldwide gross. In this scenario, the movie will open with $40 million, beating the opening weekend of Annabelle, and after a multiplier of 3.2, the movie will finish its domestic performance with $128 million in total. From overseas territories, Annabelle Creation will collect a total of $220 million for a combined worldwide gross of $348 million. With this amount of money earned, a third Annabelle installment would be 100% safe. The next video will be about The Hitman's Bodyguard. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you liked it. Please share this video and or hit the like or subscribe button, since it would really help out this channel big time. Also, when you want to discuss this topic with me more in detail, be sure to argue with me in the comment section or tweet me your questions on Twitter. As I already mentioned, you can support me with donations on PayPal or Patreon. Links to the official accounts are in the description box below. See you soon, guys. More videos to come. Bye bye.